Using Chartacus on and after signal day. Okay, you're considering making a trade. How do you prepare and what do you do? You really have two choices. You can enter and manage the trade yourself, or you can use the Chartacus trade tracker and follow how Chartacus will enter and manage the trade. The two rules Chartacus always trades by is setting up the initial target and setting the risk management. Setting trade targets and risk management are super important habits for nearly all successful traders. A trade target is when you get out of a trade with a profit. A stop loss is getting out of a trade when the market goes south. Not only does your trading platform of choice allow you to set these targets, but they also allow you to adjust those targets throughout the trading day. You'll learn more about this type of trade management on Chartacus.com. Enter the Chartacus trade tracker. Every morning, your Chartacus dashboard not only shows you the stocks that have the most notable signals, but it also provides you with Chartacus trade targets and stop losses. You didn't have to read any charts or use complicated trading tools, although you're welcome to if you know how. You can also override what Chartacus does at any time and manage the trade yourself, and you can always implement your own strategies. But just remember that every performance metric found on the Chartacus website is based on our proprietary trade entry and management protocols over the last 30 to 45 days. That is something you might not have done yourself, and if you did, how long do you think that would have taken? Seeing this data on Chartacus website took you only seconds. Always note that markets can change at any time. A performance strategy can look strong, but there is no guarantee the market will continue to favor any strategy throughout the week or even the day. That's why Chartacus uses the market to trade, not invest. Also note, because the market changes, which can happen overnight, so does Chartacus. Chartacus analyzes all stocks in the Chartacus universe after the close of the market the prior trading day. If Chartacus decides to adjust and trade parameters based on that data, you will see it reflected in the stock's trade tracker. To achieve maximum performance, log into your dashboard before the market opens and see how Chartacus adjusted its own trade settings. That way, if any adjustment is made, you can adjust yours. The easiest way to do this is by adding the stocks you're interested in, taking positions into your dashboard watch list. With that behind us, let's find a trade. It's as easy as logging in and looking at your dashboard, which by default is organized by stocks with the most buy signals at the top and goes down to the stocks with the most sell signals. Here's NATL, the second stock on the list. It has 15 new buy signals and 0 sell signals, and its closing price was $27.49. Okay, let's open it up. Let's go down the win percentage and the RR. Remember that RR means reward to risk, and it tells you how much the strategy returns on average for every dollar risk. Normally, you want an RR of 2 to 1, meaning you're willing to risk it if you're getting back twice as much as you risk. Most of the new trade signals from these strategies are not performing well, with the exception of Safety and Numbers Tactic 8. It has an RR of 11 to 1, and it also has a 73% win rate. Awesome. This looks like the trade I want to attempt. Now let's take a look at it. This is the entry section for new trades. This is where you look to see what Chartacus is going to do and how it sets its targets and its stop loss orders. Safety and Numbers sets a target for $31.31, which makes that nearly a 14% profit. That's the target, 13.9%. So that's roughly 14%. The stop loss is 26.84, which is saying if this stock drops about 2.3%, as you see here, that's the percentage, 2.3% or 65 cents, you're out. If you're wondering where the 65 cents comes from, Chartacus is expecting you to buy the stock at or near the closing price of $27.49, back up here. And if you do that, then these are the corresponding risk and reward numbers for the trade. Therefore, if you're going to follow Chartacus, you're going to implement something very similar, if not exactly. Now let's look at an existing trade for MNKD, which I was looking at earlier today. Notice we have no new trades. Let's open it up. And here it says show all 7 trades. This means there must be 7 existing trades still open or Chartacus is following in the trade tracker. So let's open up the Chartacus Open Trade Tracker now. The first one on the list is an existing trade from August 12th, and it says trade remains open. Chartacus would set the stop to $4.95, almost $4.96, and the target to $5.34. That's an indication Chartacus is adjusting its target and stop loss. So if you're following Chartacus's trade management, then you must adjust your own as well. Note, there are 6 more trades from August 8th to August 12th. If you had followed Chartacus on any of these strategies, you would want to mimic Chartacus's trade management settings. Also note, one of the trades from August 13th, right here, says trade closed with a gain of 4.5% roughly. Chartacus is also going to tell you when the trade closed, and if you are following Chartacus, your trade should have closed as well, and also with a profit. One last item to discuss in all of this. Sometimes you may see a strategy signal, and then the next day you will not see Chartacus following that trade. Why? There are only a couple instances where Chartacus will skip that trade, and you should too. Chartacus normally buys when the market opens, and the goal is to buy a stock at or near to the price it closed the prior trading day. However, if the open price you see the next day is less than the stop price that Chartacus was going to set on the signal day, then Chartacus will skip the trade the next morning. This stock has simply moved too much already, and likely events have changed. This is why it's a good idea to take a look at where the stock is trading before you enter your order. Also, if the open price is greater than the target price, Chartacus will skip the trade because the expected target was already hit. The opportunity happened before Chartacus could get into the trade, so he skipped it. So going forward, if you see either of those two scenarios when initiating a trade from the strategy signal, then you can either continue forward and manage the trade yourself, or you can do what Chartacus does and skip the trade. We hope this information was helpful to you, and if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to us through our contact page. Finally, always remember that Chartacus does not offer investment or trading advice, but rather Chartacus can allow you to learn very quickly how to trade more like a professional by copying what they do. By watching over Chartacus's shoulder, you can see how professional traders manage their risk and reward. Good luck in your trading, and we hope to see you in the Trading Coliseum soon.